Hey there. Okay. So what I'd like to do is, from the top down, deal with one of the stretches that I see typically with most people that needs to be addressed. And it's usually the neck. And you can do this at your desk at work. You can do it, at home. But typically at some point during the week, I'm going to be doing this at least 3 times, okay? Now, if you have challenges with your neck right now, sore neck on one side or the other, this is probably a good indicator and common things that I see happening with people. Just grabbing the neck is going to let me know that something's going on. So, one of the stretches that I do is I'm going to first start, side-to-side action. I'm going to take, for example, my left arm, and I'm going to bring it behind my back as far as I can. I'm going to focus on standing up and pulling my shoulders back. And just pulling my shoulders back gives me a certain degree of tension. Then I'm going to take my opposite hand. I'm going to reach it over the top of the head, over towards that ear, and I'm just going to let the weight of the arm pull that head down to the shoulder. Now, I don't want to tug it down. I just want to use the weight of the arm, and I want to feel that stretch. And I'll inhale 2 to 3 deep breaths per position, deep diaphragmatic breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I'll work to completely exhale and breathe again. And you'll feel the shoulder just give way. Okay? Now, from this position, I'll slightly roll the head forward with that continued pressure on the side of the head, not pulling, but just the weight of the head and the arm. Feeling that stress go down from basically the base of the neck or base of the ear and right at the neck itself down into the shoulder and clavicle. So the base of the skull and down into the shoulder. So I have that second position. So here was position 1. I went into position 2. Then I'll go with position 3 and I'll just turn the head completely, look down into the pocket, and then feel that stretch. And again, I'll hold these positions for 2 to 3 deep breaths. Next thing I call the 405 stretch. When you're on the 405, you turn, and you're supposed to look for traffic. Most people just kind of turn and, have luck at getting across to the next lane. So turn the head all the way over. Again, standing, turn that chin all the way, and give it a slight hand assist. And we would do that same thing on the opposite side. Bring that arm across. I have a whole lot of stuff going on in this shoulder. Recently, a whole lot of stuff going on in this neck. So this is letting me know that I need to get this side stretched out. So perfect time to film this video. Inhaling and exhaling. And you can feel a very, very big difference. So when you're stretching one side and you go to the other side, pay attention to a slight imbalance. One will be tighter. It'll identify itself with more pain or more difficulty or more special feeling, whichever term you want to use, but do not avoid doing these. You want to do this more often. Drop that chin just slightly. Feel that stretch a little bit more. Continuing that breathing cycle. And then rolling that chin down again for that third part. And then the fourth part, the 405 on this side. Okay? So now, after you've wrinkled up your ball cap, you just put that back on. Okay? So now, if we've done the sides like that, we want to also get the back, but I'm going to deal with the front portion here now. And I'll take my hands, lace them together behind my back. Pull those shoulders all the way back and then try to reach down towards my feet with my hands so I'm standing up nice and tall. Then I'm going to take my chin and I'm going to extend it out just like this. Thinking about Marlon Brando. I used to cue by just talking about Marlon Brando from The Godfather, right? So, if you're not familiar with that, go rent the movie. All right, so extend that chin all the way out. Drive that chin all the way up. As though you're pointing at a clock with 12 o'clock here, 2 over here, 10 over here. You're in that position at 12. Then relocate the chin over towards 2 o'clock. You can twist and turn the neck and go by feeling, then go back past 12, and then over to the other side. And you'll get a crazy stretch in the neck. And most people are really tight here from years and years of doing sit-ups. And then leading with the neck, it gets this frontal portion of the neck, the flexors of the neck, really, really tight, which pulls it forward. So you really want to kind of work on keeping that head back. But this particular stretch will help loosen it up. Now, we want to stretch out the back of the neck. So again, lacing the fingers together, placing those hands on the back of the head, dropping your chin, and then rounding your upper back. Think about trying to put your nose into your belly button and just round that upper back. And then, back in that standing position, just turn 45 degrees or so to the opposite side or the pocket. Put your nose into your pocket. And then come on up, and then go to that other side. Really good simple stretch. It takes you a little less than 5 minutes to do. Now, there is an old school version. A lot of people say yay, some say nay, don't do this. And if there's a lot of pain, obviously you don't want to do this. So these static hold positions are better than the old traditional just head roll, like you're doing some kind of African, dance. There's several classes that I've seen that are pretty good, and there's a lot of head movement in some of the gyms right now. So if you have a crick in the neck or sharp pain in the neck, you probably want to avoid that kind of class for the time being. But the slow head roll should still be part of your range of motion. This is one of the #1 defense tools that you have, and this will save your life. If you have the inability to turn your entire head and neck so that you can use your peripheral vision to see what's coming at you or movement, it could really save your life. But if you've got to turn your whole body because you're just stiff, you're going to be in big trouble. So spend a few minutes doing this stretch. This is my neck series. There are some other things that I'll show you as far as ART is concerned to help you with loosening the neck up and using some specific tools to help target and even further increase the release and pressure or pain in the neck. My name is Emile Jarreau, M2 Fitness Pros, also known as Mr. Fat Loss in Long Beach, California. Peace.